Hey Pudge? Pudge? Do you want to start the next video? Do you want to roll the intro? Do you want to tell them what we're doing today? Okay, I guess I'll do it. See ya. As usual, my plant room is kind of a disaster, and I'm out of breath because I just inhaled like 3 pieces of roti because I was starving. Since Pudge is busy in his fort, I guess I will be doing our intro today and telling you what we're doing. So you might notice that an exo is missing from under here, and that's because I needed more storage space and more like acclimation space because I'm prepping for something to go here, which you'll find out about very soon. And then, yeah, so now that that one's out in the living room, I wanted to get it looking more green and more inviting and not looking so much like a clear box. So today I'm going to just be kind of using what I have around the house to get it looking a little bit more alive and more inviting for the living room space. I did sort of build something out in here for my first run just to kind of practice before I did this video. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about what I want to do, but I think this should be fun. Okay, so just a quick forewarning. You're probably going to hear a few things in the background, maybe. We have new neighbors that are moving in upstairs, so there's that. Pudge breathing, the usual, and then my heater is on because it is freezing in this apartment right now. This is the my phone. Let me put it on silent. So this is an exo that I'm going to be working on. This is an 18-18-24, and it's a really good size. I think that I'm going to do primarily anthuriums in here just because I have a lot of philodendrons on this shelf, and there's a lot of anthuriums in my plant room that I kind of wish just like could live out here since I'm out here the most. Right now I kind of have just some randoms in here. I've got a regale, a crystallinum black in the back, I think this is a dark form gloriosum or a white vein, I'm not 100% sure. And then this one is a crystal mag. So yeah, I'm gonna do mostly anthuriums because I have a lot of philodendrons on this shelf next to it. And yeah, there are just some like anthuriums that are in the plant room that I kind of wish were out here just because they're so pretty and I wish I could just see them more since I'm not always in my plant room. I think I have everything that I need already to kind of get it the way I want it looking. My goal is to not have to spend more money if I can, right? We don't want to spend more money. He wants to go out. It's so early. It's like 8 in the morning. Okay, so yeah, I think that the first thing I'm gonna do is prepare the substrate in here. And then I think I'm gonna work on I think I'm building a moss wall, I think. And then I love the way this this branch looks. I was gonna cover it in moss because I kind of want a terrarium plant to grow on it, but I don't know. Okay, I'm thinking out loud now. This is hanging way over the edge in the front and way over the edge in the back, which you can't see. But I think eventually I'm going to find a way to get this on top of here safely. But today is not the day, and it's not tomorrow. But I'm putting the warning out there. I realize that this is not safe. So that's another thing on my to-do list. But yeah, okay, now let's start. I did get a new tattoo, so you're gonna be seeing this thing. This is just, I think they call this second skin. And then I have another one here, and it's technically not gibberish. It's my niece's first drawing. And then this is my cat who doesn't live with me, but it was my husband and I's first baby. She lives with my mom and she's the cutest. So yeah, if I don't finish filming today and tomorrow, I'm gonna have another second skin band-aid here because I'm getting a larger piece done on Wednesday, but I'm hoping to finish all of this by tomorrow. So anyway, that's that. Okay, let's start. I'm actually gonna be starting with the substrate, and I think what I wanna do is do a bed of leca, and then sphagnum moss, and then sheet moss, just for like the color. I think that's what I wanna do, because I do wanna raise it quite a bit. This bar here comes up about, I wanna say it's like 6 inches, so I want everything to be raised. And yeah, I'm gonna start with that. So there's a couple things going on here. The first thing I'm gonna do though is get this Burley Marks Fantasy off of this pole, and I'm going to attempt to try and have it climb this pole. I mean, this driftwood. It's already been treated, it's been oven treated, it's been sterilized. The surface is actually pretty smooth, and I'm not confident that these roots are gonna love it. So as much as I'd love to have most of this driftwood exposed in the exo, I'm actually going to be covering a lot of it with moss and sheet moss. First, I need to remove these aerial roots from this pole, so I'm going to be wetting it. I don't want to do it on here. And I'm just going to remove it as gently as I can. I always hate removing aerial roots from moss poles. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I have my sheet moss here, and I'm just going to wet it a little bit so that it's not so dusty, because there is soil underneath. I'm going to wet it even more because it's much easier to work with sheet moss when it's wet and it doesn't crumble. This stuff is so pretty. This is going to be the bottom. This is the top. Sorry, I'm just like trying to plan this out in my brain. I don't know why my instinct is always to yell out mom when something bad is about to happen. Okay. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. The first thing I'm gonna do is put sphagnum moss as the base of it, because it's a much better growing medium and it retains more moisture than sheet moss does. How do I want to do this? So I'm just going to pile it on like this, and then I'm going to take, and I know everybody has their own sort of way of like creating moss poles, and truth be told, there's no right way. Just do whatever you want to do. And if someone tells you that you're doing it the wrong way, tell them to mind their own business. That's what I do. But I don't want to use this whole thing. Gosh, I'm so scared a spider is just going to crawl out of here. So I'm just going to be mixing both of them just so that there's like not a ton of the sphagnum moss exposed, and then because these are literally sheets, it kind of holds it together. And I'm just using sewing string, like a green sewing string, to tie this all together so that it's hidden. I know some people use fishing wire, fishing wire, but this is sort of my preference. Have a little bit of excess string right here, and then I'm just going to start from the bottom, and I'm gonna just start wrapping this string around. But you don't want to pull too tight if you are going to be using sort of just regular thread like I am, or else it can break because it's very flimsy. So if you're not feeling super confident in your abilities to use fabric thread, I would use something a little sturdier, maybe like this, but I want it to be as invisible as possible. So I'm gonna be using this, and if it breaks, then I'm gonna start over, and we're just gonna do it till I get it right. And I sort of weave in like a crisscross? Yeah, I like crisscross it so that it's on there pretty snug. And you don't need a ton. When it dries, it'll kind of just like naturally sort of just hold its shape. And where's my string? Okay. And you'll just see can you see it? It's just like zigzag weaved. I don't have a monitor yet for my camera, so all I have is this little viewfinder, and it's seriously really teeny, and this camera tends to overheat, so I have to keep the brightness really low. So basically whenever I'm filming videos, I can't see jack. And it looks like this. And I'm just gonna keep going upward until the whole thing is covered. I actually might leave a little bit of it exposed, maybe like this part right here. But yeah, it's pretty simple. And I'm only covering the front part, so the back is completely exposed still. This is what I have so far. I'm really liking it. I was really hesitant to cover this piece of wood, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool inside of the exo. So I'm getting close to the top here, and I thought that since the actual Burly Marks Fantasy is only going to take up like half of this pole or this piece of wood so far, I kind of wanted to do something like hanging off of the top, and I thought Ripsalis might be nice. So I've got my big Ripsalis bassifera here, and I think I'm just going to take off a little piece and get it planted up at the top. These are very, very, what's the word? Delicate. Actually, you know what? I don't want to touch this one because it's growing really nicely. I have a smaller one in the bedroom that I think I can use. All right, I've got this one, and as much as I don't want to unpot it, I think I'm gonna have to. Where can I? Oh, my small potting mat. I think I'm gonna need like 5 more of these because sometimes I have like 10 things going at once, and yeah, these are so helpful. It's just made cleanup so much faster, and like, especially now with filming every single week, I'm just like so thankful that I have these. Okay, so stay. Oh, I forgot. I was like, why isn't it working? There we go. Okay, I'm going to just take this out. Sorry, guy. He just got established in here too, but it's fine. I don't know how much I actually want to do. Maybe I'll just do a little bit, but it would be cool to have this kind of just hanging in there. With these roots too much, so how about I'm gonna pick out all the dead guys here. Seriously, these things were so cool. Like, oh no. If you don't own a Ripsalis, you've got it. They're just so fun. Like, and there's so many things that you can do with these, and they just grow so fast. Yeah, go get yourself one. I feel like these are really, really common and popular in Europe, and I've been wanting to get a Europe import license so that I can bring in some cool Ripsalis. But you know, that's just another thing on my to-do list that I'm probably never gonna get to. Okay, I'm just separating some here, and I think that this looks so cool. I'm just removing the ones that are like kind of dehydrated and sad looking. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this. Where do I want to put you? See, I need another potting mat. Okay. So I think this one's kind of long. It's almost too long, so I'm not gonna use that. But I feel like some of these are okay. I definitely want to add multiple so it looks fuller. Something like, this angle is not great, but I'm thinking I can mount it up at the top, and then it'll just like hang down like this. Just like add some interest. Sorry, I feel like this angle is garbage, but I don't know how else to position it. So anyway, I'll give you a good look once it's done. And I'm just adding some myco. If you didn't watch my other video, I sort of touched on it just a tiny bit. AKA, I redirected you to Alice's Instagram because I don't know much about it yet, but I'm adding it. And once I do my research on myco, because I'm not trying to like speak on something that I don't feel confident speaking on, then I'll do a video on it. But I really don't feel comfortable talking about it since I literally just started using it and haven't fully researched it yet. But anywho. My camera overheated, so I did everything else off camera, and I covered it almost to the very top, and the ripsalis is secured in there. And then, like I said, I'm not actually planting this exo like an actual terrarium. I do want all of my plants to be in pots still, so I'm going to pot it in this, and it's just gonna kind of sit against it like this in the exo, and then I'll make sure that I'm like hiding this pot somehow inside of the exo so it doesn't look silly. But yeah, let's see how well I can pull this off. By the way, I've never done anything like this before, so I'm totally just winging it. So that is pretty much how I'm gonna do it. And then, oh my gosh, actually I should have tied it to the, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Tell me you're dumb without telling me you're dumb. I'll go first. I totally forgot that the stupid thing wasn't mounted onto the Charmaine. Not your best moment. Okay, we're gonna use my body as a third hand. I think that's about, let's see, yeah. Okay, where the heck is my string? Mom, I bet you it's under here. Oh, it is. You guys were staring at it the whole time. Didn't even tell me. Okay. Now I'm just gonna tie the note to self, buy new scissors. Ah! Well, that doesn't sound like the world is ending. Is the world ending? This is why I should have a Twitter. I know, buddy. Okay, oh my gosh. Why do I make everything in my life so difficult? And then I'm just gonna sort of position it at an angle because there's this like piece of wood jutting out that it's going to run into eventually. And I think I'm gonna need a longer string. Pudge, I'm filming, ah! I'm really sorry I didn't give you guys a better... Breathe in. I'm gonna call my therapist. Now I'm gonna get it in the pot, and I think I'm gonna do it... Do I wanna do it in there? I think I'm gonna have to. Actually, I'm gonna do that last. I actually think that has to be the last thing I'm gonna do because I need to get the wall up, and then I'm gonna plant this straight into the exo because it is quite difficult to maneuver these together, if that makes sense. So the next thing I'm gonna do is build out the backdrop for my exo, and I'm not really making a moss wall per se. I want something that I can hang plants off of using the actual pots, and then have something interesting like this hang on it as well. And I do want a good part of it to be green, or I would like at least some of it to be green. That would be nice. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I do this because I've got a smaller grid here that I can layer on top of it and kind of stick moss in between. Because then the driftwood is gonna come this way. So you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. Or maybe I'll go up here and then, yeah. Okay, I think this is gonna be the layout. I'm probably gonna hate it once it's put together, but you know what? Once it's set up, I'm not gonna undo it. So I'm gonna need landscape fabric for this because these grid holes are really big and moss is just gonna like fall straight out of it. Maybe. Ugh. Ow, my tattoos. I was thinking it would go underneath it, but it's kind of a shame that... But then at least I'd still be able to hang stuff from it, you know? Because then I'll have these grids. Yeah, that's fine. I'm probably gonna need another bag of moss for the bottom of my exo. Maybe I can mix moss and sheet moss. Maybe I can do something like this. And then do like sheet moss sort of in here, just to, I don't know, mix it up a little bit. Mostly because I don't want to go out and get more moss. I really don't. I really don't. Okay, so now I'm just gonna fill in with some regular moss. Oh, but you know what? Now that I think about it, that's definitely going to fall through. So I am gonna need some landscape fabric. That was very lazy of me, but it worked. Perfect. I'll do this. And truth be told, I could probably just do landscape fabric all on the back of this. It really wouldn't make a difference because you won't see it from the back. And I'll just trim it off after. I said it was up to here. Now I can layer it on. Will it fall out of the front? We will see. But I'm going to try my best. That looks kind of cool, actually. Hey, look, a root. I wonder where this one came off of. It looks super fresh. That's not good. Let me take a look in my prop box and see what I have. It's kind of hard because I'm assembling this upside down essentially, and I'm doing it without it even being in the exo yet. No. I changed my mind. Guys, this is like legit my my process when I'm doing pretty much anything plant related. I have this whole dialogue in my head where I'm just going back and forth arguing with myself. So no, I'm just gonna do this, and I think that's gonna be fine. I wish I didn't pick my moss that had perlite in it, but in place of zip ties, I'm gonna be using just these like twist ties that I got with my grow lights. And hopefully this is strong enough to hold this guy in place. This is the moss wall so far. I actually really like it. It's super cute. I'm just gonna clean off these edges and trim off some of this landscape fabric. Now I want to figure out what's gonna happen with this. So I'm thinking I can do something like, yeah, something like this. How am I going to keep it on? Okay. I'm gonna grab one of these long like wire tie things that I've been using. And my phone is popping off because me and my friends have an import order that just arrived, and I've got to go pick that up tonight, and then I'm filming another video later, which is gonna be fun but exhausting. So yeah, that's the very new and early record for me, filming 2 separate videos in one day. I'll probably just change my outfit and maybe change my nail color. You'll never know. Okie dokie. All right, that's snug. What I'm actually gonna be mounting on here is, I think I wanna do some kind of anthurium and maybe a small strappy thing. So let me run over to the prop box and see what I have that is ready. Okay, so I've got a few things. Off the bat, I can't remember what this is. All I know is that I got it from Ecuador and it looked nothing like this when it was bigger. So I don't know how much this is going to sort of change, but I'm kind of liking the way it looks right now. I think it would be kind of cool just kind of hanging down somewhere. And then I also have this, I think this is an Anthurium clarinervium, although I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't remember propagating one. And maybe it's a crystallinum, I don't know, but it looks very clarinervium right now. And it does have a little tiny root starting to poke out. So I'm feeling okay about moving it out of the prop box and into this exo. And then here I have a Monstera spruciana. Okay, I need to do this right side up now, unfortunately. I wonder if I should, maybe I'll try and change the angle. I feel like I should have been doing it at this angle for the whole time, but I'm gonna hopefully try to not knock this very expensive camera off of my table. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? So I am gonna cover this just a little bit with some moss as well, because I do need to lock in some of that humidity on the roots. So how do I want to do this? And my camera is dying again. What the heck is going on? Where can I get this one? This is so tiny and cute, I just can't. Maybe I'll put it up here somewhere. And then this one can go sort of maybe on this side or this side. Wait. Oh, the driftwood's going this way. Okay. Sorry, I feel disoriented. You know what? I don't actually think I'm gonna put all of this on there. I think it's gonna be a little bit crowded, especially since I'm putting plants inside of the exo as well. So I'm just gonna do these 2. So let's do this cute little anthurium first. And I want to protect that brand new root, and hopefully it's going to be okay sort of just living purely on this cork wood for a long time. I am going to add a little bit of myco to the roots. Okay, so now that that's in there, I'm gonna cover it with sheet moss to hold it in. Okay, I think that's where I want to put it. Now, I feel like it's one of those things again where I should have done it before I added it, but I do have some space to kind of lift it, so it's okay, I think. Oh my gosh, there's freaking fungus gnats everywhere. It's driving me bonkers. So I've got this guy up here. I still need to mount it on there. And then I have this little Scindapsus. Is it focused? I got this Scindapsus for my friend, and she gave this to me because she knew that I was working on this project. So I'm gonna add this too in honor of her. I don't know what kind of Scindapsus this is, sorry. I think I'm gonna put it down here. Wait, which way is it growing? This is the weirdest little stem. Look, it's all like twisted and stuff. Okay, I think it's gonna go this way. So maybe I'll just tuck it in over there. And okay, how I'm going to secure this, we don't know. If you think about it, ow, it's kind of weird that I'm just like talking to myself. I mean, I'll be talking to you later, obviously, but like right now in my apartment, I'm just talking. It's weird. And that's kind of why I don't like showing my face on Instagram. On Instagram too, but in my videos, I just feel kind of awkward, and this feels more natural to me. So I hope some of you guys don't mind that it's usually just my hands that you see. Okay, now I'm gonna try and secure this. This might be a mega fail, but I'm gonna try. So here is the finished backdrop. I actually really like the way it turned out. Hopefully, once everything is kind of put inside, it makes sense. Hopefully this one stops looking down, but yeah, I think it turned out good. The grid wall is in for the most part, and I'm not really trusting these suction cups, even though they haven't failed me before. So I think I'll figure out a way to like reinforce this wall so that more weight can be held on it without crashing down. Let me just back this up a little bit. Okay, I feel like you can get a much better view of what's going on. So I think I just want to kind of like lean it like this. I think like that, maybe. And then I'm gonna need to get this in here. And I know this looks crazy, but hopefully it all comes together. Pudge is snoring in the background, as usual. Now I'm just gonna get this sheet moss in. And hopefully I have enough to cover the entire bottom, and if I don't, I'm going to force I'm gonna force my friend Alice to give me some because I gotta pick up something from her house tonight. My Alice, oh my gosh, I'm not creepy at all. I want to hang this little aquadurance on the wall. I'm thinking maybe either here or here. I think right here so it's not directly under this grow light. So what I do is I take this little pokey thing. I don't know where it came from, but I just kind of poke a hole in the back. Let's make sure it's focused. Not focused. Why? Whoa! Note to self, don't do that while looking into the monitor. not trying to decapitate one of my plants. And then I'm just using, again, those little wire ties that come in handy for almost everything. I create a little loop here, like that. And I use that to hook it onto the plant or to the pot. And then I take this excess that's like right here, and then I bend it over like that. And so it just kind of hangs like this. And I think I'll put it right here. Oh, you can't even see it. I feel like something taller needs to go here, but what? So I can see there's a little spider crawling in this sheet moss, and I'm actually gonna leave it just because it'll probably eat things that I don't want in there, like freaking thrips or something. Okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this on here. I think I just need like a little clear pot. Give me 1 second. I started to do like the final shots of it and I wasn't happy with it. And I think what it's missing is just a good strap. So I'm going to add this Anthurium vitarifolium into there. And hopefully it is the last thing that is missing to complete the puzzle. And we've got some import roots here that look like they can be chopped off. So I had somebody ask me this question recently, and it was a good question. So you guys will notice if you've ever dissected one of these like really delicious chunky roots, there are these like basically what are like wires inside of them. And somebody asked me if these will eventually put out new roots, and these are dead, they're done. So just chop them. They're not gonna do anything for your plant anymore. What you want are these like nice, oh my gosh, are these nice thick roots. And this was one of my newer imports, so it has rooted like a dream, and pretty happy with the progress. I am gonna chop off this one leaf that is almost completely yellow now, and hopefully it fits in there. These roots are gonna be busting out of this pot soon, but you know what? That's a problem for future me and not today me. My only concern at this point is, well that, as I was saying, my only concern at this point is my tater tots in the oven because I'm starved. Boo! Excuse me, I just did all that work and you're still in here. Would you like to say bye to everyone? and say thank you for watching and subscribing. And we'll see you in our next video. Okay, see you later, bye. Okay, I have to take that now. I have to take it now. Can I have it, please? Can I please have it? I'll give you something else. Oh, I'll trade you. I have something really good. I promise. Are you gonna be a good boy and give it to me? Can I please have it? Can you drop it? I'm gonna give you something really good, I promise. Fine. I guess I'll have it all to myself. It's gonna be so delicious. You can't have both. Okay. Down. Go.